Good evening, viewers, and a very warm welcome to you on this 28th December 2021. Thank you for choosing Hope TV News Watch, where we bring you stories making headlines. My name is Grace Wangoy, and our sign language interpreter tonight is Boniface Mureithi. Let's begin. The Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor George Magoha, has reiterated that CBC is here to stay as it has improved the performance of school children with competence of skills. While addressing primary head teachers in Mombasa, Magoha said he is satisfied with what is happening as a result of CBC, adding that it works. However, Magoha announced that there will be another stimulus package to enable schools to run smoothly, as Dolly Murigi now tells us.
The progressive implementation of the new education system, the competency-based curriculum, CBC, suffered a major blow this year after a case was filed in court challenging its implementation. But long before the CBC found its way to the corridors of justice, tension, discomfort and opposition had engulfed its implementation. Despite the hiccup, the government has continued with the implementation of CBC. Speaking during the primary head teachers workshop ongoing in Mombasa, the Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, said he is satisfied with what is happening as a result of CBC, adding that the government is determined to see what it works. At the same time, Magoha has slammed those who are against the curriculum, saying they do not understand the impact it's creating in the lives of both students and teachers.
CBC is not working. If I'm a cabinet secretary and I can go and sit in a classroom for an hour, who do you think you are? You are shouting. Maybe you are a member of a certain category of organization and you are shouting at the top of your voice that CBC is not good. And you don't even know what it is like. So I want to urge those who, it's so easy to oppose because in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, have you noticed everybody is an expert in education? Everybody is an expert in education. There's nothing we are doing right.
The government has announced that there will be another stimulus package to enable the schools run smoothly with enough pupils desk, with the CS loading the head teachers for being the key connectors to the schools and the developments the government plans to implement in those schools. Magoha also pointed out that the government plans to inject more money to support low-cost schools and also children from poor backgrounds. However, he cautioned that the stimulus package is to help develop the schools and not any other projects. Dolly Murigi for Hope TV News Watch.
Now, Deputy President William Ruto has asked members of parliament to reject fraudulent laws. According to the DP, who spoke in Tarbo in Uasin Gishu County, the Political Parties Amendment Bill of 2021 is a setup to defraud Kenyans and urged MPs not to be used to pass the bill that is designed to undermine the independence of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and political parties. This, even as 8 Tanga allied lawmakers stormed out of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee meeting convened to look at proposed political amendment bill on the grounds there were stakeholders who are non-parliamentarians. Garissa Township MP Aren Duale, his Kikuyu counterpart Kimani Shungo and Alice Wahome of Kandara said they read the invitation as having been specific for members only. The meeting precedes a special sitting called on Wednesday to debate the political parties amendment bill at all stages.
Nataka niwaulize wabunge wapitishe sheria ambayo itaweka Wakenya pamoja. Wasipitishe sheria kwa sababu ya mambo ya kutengeneza ukora. Tunataka sheria ambayo inasimamia haki ya kila Mkenya. Wale ambao wamezoea kutapeli watu wengine sasa wamefika mwisho, kwa sababu hawana mtu wa kutapeli tena. Na ndio sababu saa hizi wanatuambia tusaidieni kwa bunge tupitishe sheria ndio tusiwatapeli tena. Hawa watu ni waajabu kweli. Yaani wametapeli watu kwa mambo ya siasa miaka nenda rudi. Leo wamefika mwisho. Wakijaribu kwenda kutafuta urafiki na huyu, anamwambia wewe ulinitapeli, sikubaliani na wewe. Ukijaribu kwenda pande hii, umekwama. Sasa wanataka eti kutupeleka bungeni, ati tupitishe sheria ndio wasitutapeli tena. Lakini ndani ya hiyo sheria kuna utapeli mkubwa. Ndio mjue hawa watu hawawezi kusaidika. Kama mnataka tuwasaidie, ndio muwache kutapeli watu. Waacheni utapeli ndani ya sheria ambayo imepelekwa bunge.
Kama wabunge tumekuwa na yeye na tumepanga na yale mambo ambayo yanaenda kuendelea kesho. Kutoka kwa hii mkutano tunaelekea kufanya kazi yetu ambayo sisi tumechaguliwa kufanya.
Kesho tutakuwa kule bungeni kuhakikisha ya kwamba haki ya wenye nchi itaweza kudumu. Hivyo tutakuwa kule bungeni kesho tuhakikishe ya kwamba tumesimama na ile neno ya wenye nchi.
Still in the political scene, the Azimio la Umoja movement continues to gain momentum, with Western Kenya leaders allied to ODM leader Raila Odinga embarking on grassroots mobilization to rally residents in the region behind the movement. The leaders have not shied away from publicizing the December 31st Bukongo Stadium rally, whose aim will be to endorse Raila Odinga's presidency, led by DAP Kenya's Eugene Wamalwa, Wafula Wamunyenyi, former Nairobi Speaker Beatrice Elachi, and Co-2 Secretary General Francis Atwoli, among others. The leaders have vowed to deliver majority votes to Raila Odinga.
And devolution was the centerpiece of that handshake. The only person who was part of that handshake and the BBI that became a deferred dream, who can make us realize that dream, is Raila Amolo Odinga. Lakini tuna wenzetu wanaangalia their personal interest. They have become political mercenaries, guns for hire. Sababu wamepewa kitu, wanawacha kuwatetea ninyi, wanaenda kutetea wengine na sera zao ambazo haziambatani na interest yenu kama watu wa Bungoma. So that is the difference. And it's a matter of principle. It's not personal, kati yangu na Wetangula ama Wamunyinyi, hapana.
Now, Ugenya Member of Parliament David Ochieng, who is the Movement for Democracy and Growth MDG party leader and also a Raila Odinga critic from Siaya County, now says the political party's amendments bill 2021 that is pending in Parliament should not be used to drown small political parties in coalitions by barring them from fielding candidates in the 2022 general elections. According to Ochieng, who termed the bill as an Azimio la Umoja project, the bill should not be used to zone the country, adding that such a move will be undemocratic.
Yes, we'll use Azimio la Umoja if there's an opportunity. What I can say for now is that I hope Azimio la Umoja is not a trap for political parties to be locked into some unholy union that would not allow them to run candidates in other parts of the country. But the thing is that as MDG, we will not oppose Azimio, will not oppose the Political Parties Act, but we will oppose any efforts at any party zoning the country. We don't want this political deal making that zones part of the country to a particular political party. No. Parties should be allowed, and part of the amendment that proposed is that parties should be allowed to run candidates everywhere in the country. And I want to appeal to the Azimio, adherents that they should not zone the country. They should not try to, cut and dice the country into pieces and say that this will run here, this will not run. That will be killing political parties. It will be unhygienic and it will be undemocratic.
Moving on, the Maasai community on Thursday marked the traditional ceremony, a colorful graduation ceremony known as Ilkaramat, which is a vital male rites of passage to mark the important transition of Morans into adulthood. Narok County Governor Samuel Ole Tunai and his counterpart from Kajiado, Joseph Olelenku, presided over the colorful graduation ceremony. Olelenku called on the Maa community to continue preserving their unique culture for posterity, as well as ensure they follow through with educating their children, sentiments which were shared by Kajiado Governor Joseph Olelenku.
Tukusema ya kwamba kama jamii ya Maa, sisi hatujaacha desturi zetu ambazo tunajua ni muhimu. Desturi muhimu ambaye bado inatupa heshima katika jamii. Sisi tunataka kusihifadhi hizo desturi, mila na desturi ambazo ni muhimu. Siku ya leo tukiwa viongozi tumekuja hapa tu kudhibitisha yale ambayo inafanyika, na tukiwa viongozi tuko hapa kuambia hata sisi tulipitia haya.
Ndio tunashikilia mila ya taifa la Kenya kama sio mila ya Afrika wote, na ni mila tunajifunia. Na ndio hata katikati ya sherehe ya Krismasi tukakuja kusherehekea, kwa sababu mnajua sasa mila yetu tunafanya hasa wakati wa likizo, sababu watoto wengi wako shule, vijana wengi wako shule.
Let's take a short break. We'll be back with more stories. Don't go away.
Angry president,
yes,
a betrayed deputy president, and a burdened citizen.
The spirit of BBI, we are losing it.
How do we end up with immoral people leading the moral?
Candid talk.
At the core of our being, we are spiritual.
How should the church at this particular time show leadership?
As long as God is not done with us, or He's not pleased with our repentance or our turning to Him, we may still continue suffering the consequences.
Bold approach.
Whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth is loose. Become a son. Your life and your well-being is completely dependent on God and His power.
Spotlight.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, Coast Regional Commissioner John Elungata has vowed to flush out extremists who are radicalizing young people in the Michicharaka area in Tana Delta Sub-County. Speaking in Handaruku Division, where he commissioned the construction of a chief office constructed by GAS and CDF, the Regional Commissioner put on notice parents who do not report cases of radicalization in the area. Elungata further said that culprits are committing treason and should be arrested and charged, blaming them for the increased difficulty of issuance of national identification cards to the residents.
Kenya ndio nchi ya pekee ambayo inatamanika sana Afrika Mashariki. Kwa hivyo yule mtu anafundisha watoto ati hii Kenya ni mbaya, sijui inafanya nini, sijui inafanya, mtu kama huyu ni mhaini, anastahili akamatwe na ashtakiwe. Tunakubaliana? Hao watu tuwafukuze huko Michicharaka, watoke, kwa sababu tutakapokuwa tunajenga police station hapa, hawa watu wasiwe pale. Tarehe 3 nitatuma regional director wa vitambulisho mwenyewe aje hapa. Kila mtu ambaye ana tatizo la kitambulisho chake afike wapi? Hapo. Na atakuwa amebeba vitambulisho ambavyo vimekuwa tayari, na atakuwa anakuja na record ya waiting card, na wale wazee ambao bado wana kitambulisho cha zamani pia wawe hapo. Tumalize mambo yao siku hiyo. Tunakubaliana? Na of course kama kuna kijana hapo ama ofisa yeyote ambaye kazi yake ni kukandamiza mwananchi kwa sababu ya kitambulisho, hii ni Kenya tofauti ambapo wananchi anastahili kuwa na nini? Na heshima na ahudumiwe. Kwamba tangu tuje hapa Pwani tumekuwa tukiangalia Tana River sana, kwa sababu ya historia yake ya machafuko kabla ya kuja kwa huyu mheshimiwa. Kabla ya kuja kwa huyu mheshimiwa kulikuwa na mambo sana, chuki nini, vita, kitu gani mambo. Lakini tangu yeye aje, kila wakati ninapokuja huku Tana River tunazungumzia amani, tunazungumzia maridhiano na kukumbatiana kabila hili na lingine.
Now for some COVID-19 update. 1,504 people have tested positive for COVID-19 from a sample size of 4,636 tested in the last 24 hours, bringing confirmed positive cases to 295,654. The positivity rate has dropped to 32.4%, with cumulative tests so far conducted standing at 2,999,548. Fortunately, there were no deaths reported today. Therefore, the cumulative fatalities remain at 5,364. Further data from the Ministry of Health reveals that as of December 27, 2021, a total of 9,614,364 vaccines had been administered across the country. Of these, 5,656,859 were partially vaccinated, while those fully vaccinated were 3,957,505, with the Nairobi County in the lead with 32.9% of the population fully vaccinated. Now, the Kenya Railways Corporation, KRC, now says there are no new directives on the size of luggage passengers aboard its Madaraka Express trains are allowed to carry. The corporation, in a notice shared on its Twitter account on Tuesday, stated, and I quote, Kenya Railways wishes to clarify that it has not issued any new directive regarding the size and weight of luggage that passengers can bring on board, end of quote. Remarks that were contrary to Monday's notice, which capped the weight at 30 kilograms, length at 160 centimeters, height at 200 centimeters, and width at 60 centimeters. Monday's notice had not been taken too well by Kenyans. Now, youths in Tana River County have been urged to engage themselves in agricultural activities in order to prevent the county from suffering a food crisis. Speaking in Mulanjo in Tana River in a ceremony that saw the appointment of youth leaders for the Munya Yoya community, Godana said his government was ready and able to purchase state-of-the-art agricultural machinery that could be hired out to residents interested in engaging themselves in agriculture. Godana called on the youth to stay clear of any criminal activities.
Vijana, wanaume saa hizi wanasiasa wote wanawaangalia nyinyi hivi kwa macho mawili kwa kila moja kamera. Na mchunge sana msije mkaingia katika mtego ambaye mtaweza kuja kutoka kesho. Na msipochunga mtatumika vibaya na jina ya vijana haitafika popote, mtabaki mkilia. Sababu hapa nyuma yetu kuna wanaume wamekaa masimba kali kali. Na hao masimba watajaribu kuwanyemelea moja baada nyingine. Hivi wamekuja kuwasoma. Kwa hivyo chungeni.
Hatuwezi malizana na baa la njaa kwa kuenda kuomba msikitini na kuomba kanisani. Mungu alisema tutakula kwa nini? Jasho. Sijui pande hizi, lakini kule Hola kuna watu wengine hawalimi space. Ni mahadithi na masimu kwa gavana. Saa 7 washaingia msikitini Ijumaa mapema wako ndani. Lakini hawalimi. Tinga ziko, mbegu ziko, ardhi iko. Wachimbe visima walime, lakini hawalimi. Na sasa hiyo tunataka Tana River njaa ishe. Kila siku watu tafuta ration. Ration imepungua, gavana huleti ration. Hii ration jamani. Ration ya Tana River mzima kuanzia huko Kipini mpaka ration. Nani atapeana ration?
From country music, classical quartet harmonics,
Now I'm a child,
homecoming series,
for he saved the worst among
tent revival, and many more.
I'm gonna lay down my burden, down by the riverside, down by the riverside.
Watch these great musical adventures on The Bill Gaither Show, featuring Gaither Vocal Band, Linda Randall,
For the God on the mountain.
and many other series like The Alaskan Cruise.
And now I'm feeling mighty fine.
These gospel favorites, recorded in front of beautiful sceneries, guaranteed to rejuvenate your love for gospel music. Bill Gaither Show, only on Hope TV, where you look and live.
And now for some business news. Kenya's official forex reserves have increased by $921 million this year as a result of proceeds of the government's external borrowing, even as debt repayments, market sales in support of the shilling, and higher demand from importers continue to drain the dollar. The reserves at the Central Bank of Kenya saw two significant jumps in June and September, coinciding with the new external debt uptick, including a $1 billion Eurobond and $715 million from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and $750 million from the World Bank. The latest debt analysis by the Parliamentary Budget Office shows the country's debt stock will range between 8.6 trillion shillings and 8.8 trillion shillings by the time President Uhuru Kenyatta leaves office. As of September 2021, the public debt stock amounted to 7.99 trillion shillings, having risen by 19% from June 2020. It is composed of domestic debt at 48% and external debt at 52%. Now, a report released by the Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakonga, has revealed that 30 counties did not spend even a penny to settle pending bills in the first 3 months of the financial year 2021-2022. Listed in the recent report are counties of Baringo, Bungoma, Busia, Elgeyo Marakwet, Homa Bay, Isiolo, Kajiado, Kilifi, Kisumu, Kwale, Lamu, Machakos, Marsabit, Meru, Migori, Nairobi City, and Nakuru, Nandi, Narok, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Samburu, Tana River, Tharaka Nithi, Trans Nzoia, Turkana, Uasin Gishu, Vihiga, Wajir, and West Pokot. Nairobi topped the list with 54.32 billion shillings in pending bills, and Nakuru had the lowest amount of 17 million shillings. In total, counties reported an expenditure of 52.84 billion shillings in the first quarter of the financial year 2021-2022. Recurrent expenditure was 49.28 billion shillings, and development expenditure amounted to 3.55 billion shillings. The COB said counties did not prioritized the implementation of development projects during the same period. And now for some sports news. The Kenya Premier League KPL resumes after a one-week Christmas break on Wednesday and will continue on Thursday with second and third place KCB 21 points and Gor Mahia with 18 points hosting struggling Nzoia Sugar and Nairobi City Stars respectively. All focus will be at Nyayo National Stadium where Homeboys with 24 points will be out to extend their lead at the top while Leopards will be fighting to get back on track. Gor will be seeking to bounce back to winning ways after failing to win their last two matches, a barren draw against Bandari on December 12th and a 2-1 loss to Kakamega Homeboys on December 18th. On the other hand, KCB on Thursday have a chance to go top if Homeboys slip against Leopards and the Bankers beat Nzoia Sugar at Utalii grounds. After Thursday fixtures, the FKFPL will take another one-week break to pave way for New Year celebrations, then resume on January 8th for round 12. All matches are expected to kick off at 3 p.m. And that sports news brings us to the end of this live broadcast. Many thanks for keeping me company and to the team who made this broadcast a success. Enjoy the rest of your programming. My name is Grace Wangoi and our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Mureithi. Bye-bye.